Hello everyone, today I shall be discussing one prose lesson from Flamingo book, that is Last Spring, and this lesson is written by ANEES JUNG. ANEES JUNG is a very prolific Indian women writer, and she was born in 1964 and she spent her childhood and adolescent age in Hyderabad, and she has visited the country and she has observed the real condition in India. And in this story she has mentioned the story of two poor children belonging to the different countries. The first description is of one rag picker boy whose name was Sahib, and whom she was seeing in her neighborhood scrounging for money in the neighborhood garbage dumps. And one day the author asked the boy that why you don't go to the school. The boy very frankly replied that there is no school in the vicinity. Then author said, if I start a school, will you come? Then he replied, of course. And after some days, he had gone to the author and asked whether your school is ready. Then author was a bit surprised, and she was thinking that she has made a fake promise which she was not really meaning to fulfill. And she observed that the poor children may be facing such fake promises in abundance. Now, the author has asked about the name of the boy. Then he has announced that it is Sahib-e-Alam. It means the Lord of the universe. But the boy is not knowing the name, the meaning of his name. It means the Lord of the universe. So, if he would have known the exact meaning, he would have hardly believed it, because his name was ironical. And he was roaming in the streets in the company of barefooted children, and one day the author commented on one boy that why he was not wearing slippers. Then another boy has replied that he will not wear the chappals even if his mother will give the chappals. And she has observed that the children were hiding their poverty in the name of tradition, as they were saying that they were remaining barefooted not due to the lack of the money. And author is reminded about one story when she was told by one person in Udupi that a son of a priest was praying for the footwears, and when the child got footwears, then he was praying to the goddess that he should have the footwears throughout his life. And after 30 years, the author visited that place, and she has seen the son of a priest who was wearing the grey colored uniform, and he was wearing socks and shoes. And she has observed that place was just in the isolation, and her acquaintance with the rag pickers has taken her to the Simapuri, the place at the outskirts of Delhi, and there about 10,000 rag pickers were living in the structures of mud, and there were the roofs of tin or tarpaulin, and they were living there without any identity, because food is more important for survival. And author has observed that garbage is having different meaning. For adults it is means of survival, and for children it is wrapped with wonder. And one day the author saw that Sahib was watching two men playing tennis, and he was standing near the fence of the neighborhood club, and he told her that he liked the game, and whenever nobody was there, the gatekeeper allowed him to enter and use the swing. And after some days, she met with Sahib, and Sahib was carrying one canister, and that belonged to the tea master, tea stall owner, and he told that he has joined the tea stall and he was getting 800 rupees and all his meals, but author observed that he lost his freedom. So he has surrendered before his grinding poverty. And another description is of Mukesh. Mukesh belonged to a bangle maker's family. He lived in Firozabad, and his family was involved in the bangle making business, and he had taken the author to show his house being renovated. The author had visited that place, and author saw his sister-in-law, who was a young frail woman and who was preparing the evening meal for the whole family. And the author has observed that they were living in the vicious circle of the poverty, and Mukesh's father was earlier a tailor, and then he continued his family business of bangle making. And the many children were working with their parents in the dark hutments, and they were sitting around the oil lamps, and in the daylight were slogging in the damp cells, and they were losing their eyesight before reaching the adulthood age. An author has observed that one girl, Savita, was sitting with an old woman, and author was thinking that someday she would be married, and then her head will be draped in the red wheat, and there will be red henna in her hands, and she would be wearing the red bangles also. And author has mentioned that the young people are also not having vision. When she asked that why they don't organize into a cooperative, then they told that if they do such thing, they would be hauled up by the police and they'll be beaten and put into the jail. So author has observed that they are living in a very grave condition, and they are lamenting like their elders, and they are moving in a spiral which is moving from poverty to apathy to greed and to injustice. The author has observed that there are two kinds of world. One word is of mangle makers who are trapped in the stigma of caste and they are carrying their family business. Another is the word of the middlemen, sahukas, policemen, bureaucrats, keepers of law and bureaucrats along with the politicians. So the author was very happy because Mukesh is not interested in continuing his family business. He wanted to become a motor mechanic, though the garage was far away from his house, but he was ready to visit that place and to learn the work of the car mechanic. So the Mukesh was the boy who was very optimistic about his future. So this was the brief introduction about the lesson last spring. Please like, share and subscribe English Solutions by SP Singh.